You've been getting death threats, a lot of hatred. Yumi has a book, Welcome to Sex, with Dr. Melissa Kang. People like Ben Fordham, who started this hate campaign towards you to try to boycott to get the books taken off shelves.
Get this book out of your stores.
Having those dialogues with self-consent and consent with another person is like, it's so hot and it makes sex so much better.
What sex was like in our early 20s. You get home, you make out for a bit, they grab your tits, they like face you for a little bit.
What's face?
Like...
That sounds very unwelcome to me.
Yeah, no.
Yumi says no.
Oh my God, I should just do this. Anyway, all right, it's a little like, it's like a spinning wheel. I'm like, and today we're going to do, oral on a that's what today's topic is.
Can we call it that instead of face, please?
My theory is you're a
It raises the question of whether opinions are only acceptable if they are deemed correct or suit the agenda that is undoubtedly being pushed in society.
Oh, shut up, mate. If you are being outwardly homophobic, racist, transphobic, ableist, you are marginalising students. The rates of suicide amongst queer children is so much higher because of feeling marginalised. Your words have impacts.
On the 2nd of March 2023, I was disengaged from my casual employment at a school because of the assumption and interpretation of my video. Since when did Australia become such a communising country?
I'm very famously a non-monogamous bitch.
There's so much bullshit around evolutionary psychology, and it's so cherry-picked.
Jordan Peterson talking about the fucking lobsters.
You hear this idea that like when the male species is really large compared to the female species, that's another sign that like, oh, you're in a polygynous society. And it's so cherry-picked. You have examples of monogamy, like one male, one female in gibbons. Voles.
Oh, it's a little cutie.
It's so cute.
I love it.
Prairie voles are monogamous. Meadow voles look exactly the same, and they are free love.
Obviously, the meadow brings something out in them sluts.
As long as you're being honest with your partner, you should just do what you want to do. Like, science isn't going to be able to help you.
Slade.
And I feel like evolutionary biology is just like littered with these examples of people making stories that just suit whatever they feel like in that moment, which is often patriarchal thinking.
Absolutely.
Stage 5 pube stealer Emma says that it will be disastrous if Abby ends up with him. And then this is where I got really pissed off and got all feminist and sanctimonious and
love you,
stopped
Rosie.
watching. Ellie goes, above all else, Matt deserves to know that she's just obsessed with sexual chemistry. She doesn't deserve to be here anymore.
Like, I guess, like, I wanted to Matt. You know why? He didn't have a vibrator in the house. I masturbated about kissing him. Like, he couldn't touch me. And, like, do you reckon Matt was there masturbating at us? Yes. Like, sorry that we wanted to root each other. Like, I'm so sorry, everyone, that I wanted to root someone. The way that Ellie would always frame it would be like, he needs to know. It's like, he knows. He's getting humped by me every time I see him. Like, he's aware. He's aware.
No secret.
He knows. Like, they were like, she's a different person around him. And I'm like, I'm really not.
Matt is absolutely the man of my dreams, and I've never wanted something more in my life than I do right now to walk away with Matt. I am quite confident, and I just think there's no reason that it wouldn't be me.
Now you know what type of person she is. She looks good, but is a raging feminist. She doesn't believe in monogamy, so why should she be surprised that no man wants to commit to her? Why would they pay full price for a rental? Worse, she's advocating and promoting a feminist who wrote a book on sex to teens and kids. And she's all for the cancel culture if someone does a wrong thing. This is not really a good person. She's like most modern women, will listen to a fascist government more than a man she's with. Basic bitches seem like heaven compared to being with her. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to JRRV3XR, who said, as men, we need to start investing in cat food suppliers / manufacturers. The future old single women will all want pets, and I expect those shares to rise. This might be some 300 IQ investing advice, guys. So please, don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps us out a lot. Now, back to the video.
Embrace your masculinity.
My name's Abby and I'm 23 years old. Hey, going on, Abby?
Hi, Abby. Matt, lovely to meet you.
What do you do?
I'm a astrophysicist.
Okay, I'm a Gemini.
She claims that's not how it happened, so to be fair, let's see her side of the story.
I'm not mad at the people who edited the show. I texted the person who edited the Gemini thing. The first ad they released for my season was the thing where it's edited to look like. I walk up to Matt and I say, what do you do?
I'm a astrophysicist.
Okay, I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
It's edited, so how it happened.
Wait, how did it happen then? Because I've seen that.
I walked up to him and I go, what do you do? And he goes, I'm an astrophysicist. And then I literally looked around to the crew and I went, I know this isn't the same thing, everyone, just so we're aware. What's your star sign? And then he was like, I'm a Leo. And then I said, oh, I'm a Gemini. Cut out the middle part and just gone, that's my response.
That video's going viral.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and Khloe Kardashian shared it 2 days ago. I was like, babe, what the fuck? So then I texted the person who edited that and I said, you.
Let's just say she's telling the truth. That's a drop in the bucket of her tarnished image. Men would rather have an airhead than someone who opens her legs more than the front door at a public library. The dating pool, which is sewage, is now affecting reality TV dating shows. Although the women are still good looking in a thought way, they come with a lot more baggage. More than ever, these women are single for a really good reason. None of them truly qualifies for marriage, yet alone a relationship of any kind. And you'll find out why Abby is not in this article. The article is: The Bachelor runner-up Abby Chatfield, 24, reveals she's had STIs in the past and boasts about having sex with over 50 people. Apparently, a dating show allowed someone with an STD to go on it. You'd think STD testing would be mandatory because they can be liable if the Bachelor gets an STD from one of the contestants. I could imagine they can get sued in hundreds of millions had someone got a non-curable disease. She's 24 and there is no happy ever after for her. The Bachelor's Abby Chatfield has shared intimate details about her sexual history. Appearing in the latest episode of her It's a Lot podcast, the 24-year-old bravely revealed her experiences with sexually transmitted infections. Is she really brave? It's not like she's storming the beaches of Normandy into a machine gun nest or jumping into the ocean during a storm to save someone from drowning. Or is she just dumb that she now puts on record her sexual history? It's a great public service announcement because now no man will touch her. With simps filling her inbox, maybe she thinks there will always be someone there to save a hoe. When it comes to self-slut shaming, this is something that I still struggle with a lot. I have had STIs in the past, she said. She's struggling with the consequences of her past and the dark future that's ahead. She's been fully sucked into the black hole of whoredom, where she sees in no point to stop now.
Okay, someone asked for an update on the open relationship thing. Update, nothing's happened. We haven't had sex in like 3.5 weeks. We've only had one night together, like actual night where I'm not working or we're not away from each other. And that was last night. But I've also like not really been masturbating either because like I've been having a really hard time with libido. And also my therapist, because I was like, oh my God, does that mean like I don't actually have feelings for Conrad? Like, which I do, obviously. It's not Conrad. It's like, I can't be fucked. And also my UTI issues. It's just like, I'm like, I really can't be bothered with this. Like, I don't have time to have a UTI. Like, I'm not sleeping. I'm not eating. So she was like, in terms of like, this helped me a lot feeling less guilty because she was like, in terms of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, she's like, you aren't eating or sleeping, which is like base level. So maybe like once you get that down pat, you'll want to
UTI stands for urinary tract infection, which happens when bacteria, often from the skin or rectum, enter the urethra and infect the urinary tract. Sounds like another symptom for being a hoe. No wonder why her current partner doesn't want to do anything romantic with her. It's like a modern sexless marriage. Wow, The Bachelor did dodge a big bullet. That's why you should never judge a book by its cover, no matter how hot a woman is. If she's not married despite being a stunner, something is wrong with her. If someone offered you a gold bar for a fourth of the price, you'd rightfully be suspicious that it's fake, and you have to start looking at modern women the same. I used to have a list of people that I'd slept with. When I stopped counting, it was like 50, boasted Abby. Notice she doesn't say the date of when that list was made or when she stopped counting. When modern women finally reveal something not flattering about themselves, it's usually not the whole truth, but a partial one. She and this article is saying 50, which is still bad because the man number 51 will have 51% of her heart. However, it's probably multiples of that by now, like over 300. Here's an audio of her talking about her escapades.
Recently, I found out that I have HPV and have to get a biopsy. And while I know HPV is ridiculously common, it's hard to not feel like I did the wrong thing in the past, and I keep beating myself up over it. Also, if you happen to be using people's names when you say the question, yeah, no worries, babe. Would always keep you anonymous. I always keep people anonymous unless I ask to be spoken about, which, like, if you want credit, girls, let me know. But sometimes, you know. So when it comes to self-slut shaming, this is something that I struggled with I still struggle with it a lot. I have had STIs in the past. They were from a boyfriend. You can figure out who may not have been the most faithful person, but, you know, things happen. I've never gotten mad at a person for giving me an STI because it's like, well, you wouldn't knowingly go around giving someone an STI. If you do, you're a sociopath. But when I've gotten STIs before, I've been like, I'm such a fucking idiot. And you do beat yourself up. You do. But the way that I've thought about it and the way that I've heard it described a lot that kind of helped me when it comes to STIs specifically is that if you get the flu, if you're at work and someone is irresponsible enough, and this is very apt, if someone is irresponsible enough to come into work when they have influenza A, not just like a cold, like the flu, and you sit next to them and you get the flu, that's not your fault. You don't think, oh God, I should have not gone to work that day. Oh, I should have not spoken to that person. I should have, sanitized my entire desk, which like.
An STI is an infection passed from one person to another through sexual contact. All they have to say is STD, and most adults will know what it is. This is part of the gynocentric complex that provides cover for feminists by degrading our society. The goal is to lower our society standards to cater to them. I have to use STI in the video titles because YouTube will flag the video if STD is in the title. Examples of STIs include chlamydia, gonorrhea, genital herpes, human papillomavirus or HPV, syphilis, and HIV. The good news is that HIV, papillomavirus, and herpes are the ones that aren't curable. The rest are with new powerful drugs. However, if someone claimed they were cured from an STD, maybe it's just safe to move on. If they had an STD, the intimacy or the lack of isn't going to be worth it, as they more likely have been with so many other people. About 16% of Australians report having a sexually transmitted infection in their lifetime, while over 23,000 Australians currently live with HIV, according to the Australian Government Department of Health. Sounds like gays, chads, and thots are getting the STDs, especially the non-curable ones. In most Australian states, if you have certain STIs, you are legally obliged to inform your sexual partner or partners so they can get tested and treated. How many women have been punished for not doing so? The government will lock people up for not wearing a mask, but if it's a woman who spreads an STD, they'll sure believe all women if she denied knowing about it. Meanwhile, Abby was left heartbroken when Matt Agnew broke up with her during the season finale of The Bachelor last year.
You make me happy and you lift me with a smile. I've struggled with my emotions and second-guessed myself, and this is the hardest decision I've ever had to make. But I have to be honest with myself and with you. My heart belongs with someone else.
Top comment said, I don't know that anyone can really say, oh, she didn't love him. By the way she reacted, to me that looked like a bunch of defense mechanisms going up. I think at the very least, she felt something for him and was really looking forward to continuing the relationship with him. She was also super confident going in, so when it all came crashing down, I can only imagine the hurt and humiliation she felt. A commenter claimed, his loss. She is beautiful and a kind person who genuinely loved him. It's more like his gain by elimination. She slept with more than 50 people before the show. Her ability to love got it screwed out of her. It's not just a high-value male that she respected who broke up with her, but it's that it happened publicly on a TV show. It's the rejection that's heard around the world. She may not have told him that she had an STD or her real body count, but it's her behavior that sent up red flags to Matt. They're called slut tells, and men need to know them. She was probably very sexual off the bat, which is a huge red flag. Showing skin, she may not be naked, but quality women aren't too thrilled about showing off their bikini body, no matter how hot they are. Quality women are embarrassed for not being modest. In the Middle East, most women will not wear a bikini in public. They'll do it in private at home, but they'd face real consequences if they did something like that in a public gathering, like being shunned and disowned by their own family. And in an area where women cannot be independent like the West, unless if they flee to a Western country, that could mean living in poverty because Islam has forbidden begging.
So I've got to be honest, I was surprised to hear that you had come down to the final two.
She said, I'm surprised you're here.
You know, last time when I met you, there were the concerns about your age and if you're here for the same reasons or have the same sort of timeline and goals that he does in life.
I'm surprised you're still here because I think that you and Matt have different values.
Although a man should not be taking advice from women on who to marry, unless if it's his sister or mom, Matt got a friend he friend-zoned to give him her perspective on Abby. So, of course, Kate will sound off every reason why she thought Abby wouldn't be a good match for him. And they're true. Abby is not for a serious relationship. Matt probably knew long before. He just needed to build a case on TV to let her off easy by deferring to his friend. Because in the real world, especially red-pilled men, they will not mince words and let someone like Abby know that she's a hoe. Speaking to Punky in December, Abby admitted she went on a dick spree shortly after she was dumped, sleeping with people who wouldn't know her and adopting a fake name to avoid spoiling the show's ending. So she risked breaching her contract to ride the cock carousel, and this isn't a one-off because she was dumped. It was an excuse for that moment of time. Addicts will tell themselves anything to do the addiction. Again, women don't tell the whole truth, just omit the facts. It's like an iceberg where you see the tip but don't realize, no matter how big the tip is, that most of the iceberg is underwater. While she is slated to appear on the upcoming season of Bachelor in Paradise, sources claim she was booted from the show within the first few days. Wow, that's hilarious. Too trashy for the trashy reality TV shows. Or maybe she was voted off early. Just wait till she hits the wall and no one wants to look at her. What do the comments think about the article, now that the mask has fully come off? Top one said, I have no words. what has our world become when girls like this are deemed role models? This is what our next generation of girls are looking up to. Another lady responded, they are not role models for anyone in any positive sense. Unfortunately, the lack of clear, unambiguous moral upbringing in too many homes and schools, yes, I mean that, has allowed the pornification of society to go ahead without much hindrance. It is horrifying how many girls regard a high number of sexual partners as being an indication of their modernity and liberation. They refer to themselves as sluts as if it is a mark of approval or an achievement. It is not. Maybe these are old ladies because no one under 30 reads the Daily Mail. Another person wrote, so she sleeps around and doesn't practice safe sex? Quality. Sad for her family, they must be embarrassed. Can't embarrass a single mom. Not sure if Abby comes from a 2-parent household, but this looks like someone who didn't have a strong male figure in her life. Low confidence, although will spout that she is a strong woman, no honey, you are not. There is no power in sleeping around. It's just to fill something missing in your life, and that is not it. Perfectly said. It's all modern women who claim they're all that.
You know, but when someone is looking at my Reuben sandwich, I do feel that maybe it's a bit intense. And I don't mean that I'm the owner of a deli, you know what I mean? So I get laser hair removal on my underarms, and I also get my bikini kind of Brazilian, but I leave a landing strip, if you guys are wondering. At these clinics, at the laser clinics, you just kind of have to get naked and sit there waiting for them to come in. So I wipe myself with the pH balanced wipe, and I sit there. I've got my little glasses on, ready to protect my retina from the laser. The girl walks in. She's very lovely. She has my armpits, and she's pulling my left outer labia to get inside and in between the outer and inner labia. Talking. Oh yeah, how long have you been doing laser for? Oh, a few months. And then she pulls the other one. And she goes, "This is so random." As she's about to buzz my pubic hair off next to my inner labia, she goes, "Were you on The Bachelor?" And I go, "Yeah." "Oh, amazing. What are you doing with yourself now?" I go, "Oh, I've got a radio show and I've hosted this show called F." "Oh, what's it about?" And then she leaves, and it's like, this is why I have fear to go places, because I'm fine with my hairdresser knowing I'm fine.
And as she said, she can't really go anywhere without someone recognizing her. She's a prisoner of her fame. Men don't need someone who's at the center of attention. Not because men are insecure, but because it won't be about their relationship, but about her. That's why the relationship she's in feels more like a casual fling than an actual friends with benefits or an open relationship. She's also in one, to be in the middle ground. She can look as though she's taken but still play the field in hopes to find someone better. It's to save face.
I was like, I actually don't know who I can call about this. I just feel like there's a new sexual awakening happening. I think I've had my brain chemistry altered by phone sex. I'm not getting touched at all. In theory, gonna have this orgy. It is a lot of admin. I also am like, it would be nice to someone new, but then I feel like my options right now are either starving or eating 4 KFC Zinger boxes. Right. Those are my options. I have no socialization. I'm really, really, really lonely at the moment, and I just feel like a weirdo freak. I was like, I actually don't know who I can call about this, because the only people I talk to regularly, people that I have phone sex with. Does that make everyone happy?
She is falling apart already in her mid-20s. This is the cost of sleeping around too much. The female body gets short-circuited. Think of all these hot thoughts living the IG hookup lifestyle. They're probably experiencing something similar, but you don't see it, because they're not on camera or doing a weekly radio show. This is why most are on heavy drugs, to sedate themselves.
I actually need to admit something right here. in between me recording my national radio show, filming The Masked Singer, filming a pilot, owning a clothing brand, having a top 10 podcast, doing social media, going to events, presenting awards at the Radio Awards, I need to admit that I was actually meddling for attention.
All for exposure. And that is exactly what I think you do, Abby.
Being a reality TV star has allowed her to build a thought empire off of her degeneracy, and maybe it's for the better because she realizes no man is going to come to sweep her off of her feet and make her a stay-at-home wife.
When is a time that somebody has confirmed an insecurity of yours? I'm going to give you an example.
I've had this thing my whole life about in romantic relationships feeling like I'm second best or like 90% good enough, right? Like I'll date these people and they'll say like, you're smart, beautiful, funny, confident, like speeches, like writing me letters, but they just won't commit. They won't be fully in it, right? So I have this complex at being second best, right? Second best. Then I came second on The Bachelor. Second. Just send me home week 1. Don't confirm.
In conclusion, despite her professional success, she'll always linger on the thought that she can't get in a meaningful relationship. Women who can't get a commitment by a man they respect are equivalent to virgin men. So it's no wonder why she feels like she's second best at best when dating. She projects herself to be bold, confident, living a wild life, when in reality, it's a mask. Hopefully some young women see this and realize being this boss bitch reality TV is not worth it. They can see for themselves that she has worse dating prospects than a below average looking female. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.